Hey there! First video being recorded with audio over it and the commentary, first time I would say hearing my voice, but for the people who are subscribed, all two of you, I'm sure the both of you, at least one of you, have heard my voice before. Anyway, so the first thing I want to bring up is why is there no commentary for Fallout 4 videos to anyone new who may subscribe in the future and wants to listen to some commentary videos. It was a mixed bag of two things at once. The first one was I didn't have any recording software at all. Back in the day when I did have 5 or 6 other channels, not at the same time, but in a row over the course of high school and junior high and whatever, I had an iMac, which I got in 7th grade, which is around 2007. What happened to my voice? Holy crap. And that iMac had iMovie on it. It had iShowU HD for free, which was awesome, and built-in voice recorder, which wasn't a snowball mic, obviously, but it was at least me being able to record my voice. I think farthest I ever gotten was with a channel of mine where I would play Super Nintendo and Nintendo and Sega Genesis games over an emulator, which I probably should not be admitting, but that's what I did. And one of those videos, which was the Aladdin Super Nintendo game, was seen by Boogie2988 and shared, and you know, I think, oh man, how many subscribers did I end up getting? It probably was less than 100, but it was still an awesome milestone for me because it's almost 100 people that I have no idea who they are that enjoy watching something that I've made, so that's cool. And the big wide scale of things is pretty freaking pathetic, but it's a starting point. So anyway, hopefully I'll get to that starting point, and I think I've got really good content to offer. I think the video quality is pretty dang good for you know, starting video quality. It's pretty easy to see everything. I'm hoping that whoever watches this also finds the audio easy to listen to. I spent, well, it was actually a Christmas present, because this is what I most immediately wanted, but I could have bought it if I wanted to. I think I might have spent had 70 spent on this snowball mic all together between a webcam, what kind of I think it's a Logitech camera kind of thing, and a snowball mic. Took me a while to figure out how in the hell am I going to be able to record audio and do video all at the same time, and I'm doing it super freaking ghetto right now. First of all, the video I'm using is off a program called Debut Video Capture Software, NCH Software Video Pad Professional, whatever. Spent a total of $70 on that. First it was $35 to get past doing the test stuff, you know, the freaking trial, and then it was like another $35 to get like 720 plus HD video quality. So at first I was like, oh god, what have I done? But now I'm, you know, really happy I did that, because the Fallout 4 videos I've made are really good quality. One of the videos for some reason is what am I trying to say?
Who are you?
The frame rate is just drops and the screen tears. I don't know what is going on. I tried to re-upload it. I think it was a Butcher's Bill video. I tried to re-upload it. For some reason it wouldn't accept the re-upload, so that video is permanently fucked up. And it was a good one. Fought 2 death claws there. So if you want to see that and you're willing to see a little bit of a frame rate drop and be okay with it, go ahead and check that out. So that was pretty cool. Anyway, the second reason why I didn't record audio in my videos could possibly have been an excuse for me, but I'm gonna stick with it and not start recording on Fallout 4 videos. I'm gonna keep it on the Skyrim videos. Fallout 4 videos, I wanted them to be like you want to figure out how to do a specific mission, so you look up Butcher's Bill and then you watch the video for how to go through the Butcher's Bill mission. And whenever personally I want to look up a walkthrough on how to do a mission, I do not want to hear some freaking whiny diaper baby over my video telling me all these fucking dumb jokes that are like YouTube jokes and stupid crap like that, because it's stupid and I don't like it. Okay, I'm gonna get into something really off topic right now, but there's a part of YouTube culture that pisses me off, and that is YouTube comedy. YouTube comedy is spewing whatever the hell comes to your mind every 5 seconds for all those ADHD kids out there, I'm one of them, who can't sit still and watch a video without hearing constant every 2 seconds. And that's what YouTube comedy is, just saying dumb jokes until one that's mildly entertaining slips out. I do not want that to be this channel. I want this channel to be intelligent conversation, intelligent narration, and if something comes to my head that I think is funny, I'll say it. But I'm not gonna just throw as many out there as I can until I find and squeeze out a laugh, because that's bullshit. But I get why people do it, though. They're nervous, they don't know what to say. It's something they've never done before. They're not, public speaking material, whatever. So I get it, but it's so funny that I'm giving advice and I'm like a new channel or whatever. But if you are a new channel, avoid it. Please try to avoid it. Also, it's very important from what I've seen and heard from bigger YouTube channels. The most important thing in the world is getting good audio quality, not good video quality. Of course, they're both important, but if you have like 1080p HD 60 frames per second video, but your freaking phone sounds like this, nobody's going to want to watch your videos. So that's important. Enough of the advice. I guess I should actually talk about what we're watching right now. I've played Skyrim probably, as in created a new game and started a new game, probably at least 20 times. Games that I've gone far in, probably 2 or 3 times. They've all been Khajiits. I've tried to make multiple saves where one was a Khajiit, one was Argonian, one was a Nord, because they've all got, different qualities, and you can play the game differently based on what kind of character you make. I wanted to make a powerhouse Nord with all freaking giant heavy armor and make him like a super tank. I wanted to make an elf that was just pure freaking I'm going to send you to the fiery pits of hell in a handbasket magic. And for some reason Khajiit is the only class that is entertaining to me out of all of these. Just, you're a freaking man cat. Oh my god, there was a joke I made about that I wanted to make into a t-shirt. Okay, so the idea was there's a shirt that has a picture of a Khajiit on it, and it says I'm a cat person on it, like cat / person, like I'm a cat and I'm a person, but it's a play on words because it also means you're a person that likes it. Anyway, you understand it. I thought it was funny. Anyway, so Khajiit is the class that I think is super fun. It's super funny to be sneaking around all over the place. It is awesome to be able to just take the clothes off of somebody's back and they don't even notice, to get hundreds of gold out of someone's pocket, and you don't even need to like do missions because of how much gold you acquire from people's pockets. It's hilarious. I love it. Plus I love archery. It's super fun. I like animal people. Whatever, animal people are cool. You know, alligator people. I wanted to be an Argonian because I'm a freaking lizard man. That was awesome to me. But I'm gonna say, as far as like prettiness of a game and like cool different styles, Bethesda games are ugly. They're ugly as sin, almost. Some parts are extraordinarily beautiful. It's usually character models that are ugly as sin. So if you've seen the old orcs from Oblivion, oh my god, they look like Shrek out of a Half-Life engine. Just pure, like, what am I trying to say? It's not a pineapple. Pear. Like pure pear green. With no, like, shades or textures or dirt or anything. I'm just, like, flat green. But it was an earlier, you know, game from a while ago. So I guess we can give it some whatever. The word isn't credit. The word is give it some slack. Okay, so let's talk about why I chose the Imperials for the Khajiit. Because the freaking Stormcloaks are assholes. They are racist bigots. They don't like the Khajiit. They don't like the Argonians. They don't like anybody who's not a Nord. They want to build a wall around their country with a big fat door that only lets in Nords, and everybody else has to stay out. Not temporarily. So, like, super Donald Trump. Has anybody ever seen the Donald Trump Game of Thrones parody? I don't know who the main antagonist is in Game of Thrones because I haven't actually, you know, watched any of the show, but they replace him with, I don't think it's the main antagonist, maybe it's the kid that everybody hates. They replace him with Donald Trump's head and add in his quotes into very, very, like, serious, badass moments of the show. And it is more like, holy shit, this is awesome, than funny. Because Donald Trump would make a great super villain. He would. So it's super funny. But, yeah, and plus, I feel like the Empire's beginning path is a little bit cooler. I don't remember exactly. Do you go to the same place for both the Stormcloaks and the Empire? You might. But yeah, I guess the main reason was when I first started playing this game, the first playthrough I went through, I chose the Stormcloaks because I thought they were like rebels of the you know, big bad guys, which they kind of are. You know, there's no real right or wrong answer. There's no, these guys are 100% bad, these guys are 100% good. The Stormcloaks are good because they don't like, you know, government being in control of the people too much, but they're kind of rednecks at the same time because they don't like different races. And the Imperials are like, you know, the Roman Empire, but for some reason they're like, we're super cool with, you know, people who aren't like us. So it's just a little strange as far as how real life works. But yeah, so that's what I chose. The first, what we're doing now, lock picking, and we're gonna get these Novice robes and the Novice hood and all that stuff. What I did at first, the first time I played through, I wanted my Khajiit to be more like a Rakshasa. And if you're familiar with D&D or Magic the Gathering, which I love them both, and if you want to pay attention to this channel further, eventually there will be Magic the Gathering and D&D stuff. But that is going to be a very slow progression from here. It will not happen overnight. So I wanted my Khajiit to be like a Rakshasa. I wanted him to be like a wizard cat demon. And the Rakshasa are pretty much cat demons with horribly terrifying powers and magic. So that's what I wanted him to be. Plus I thought he looked really cool in a hood and all that stuff. But it didn't turn out to work so well because you're kind of pushing away your main attributes, and you've got to kind of work extra hard to get the other ones up and not pay attention to the ones that you already have that are jacked up and above average, which is kind of counterintuitive, counterproductive. So that's when I made another one, and that's when I went 100% towards, you know, thievery and assassinations and archery and sniping in the history, whatever, with wood instead of bullets and all that crap. And I actually bought the paperback guide, and it teaches you like the best options for what attributes to take, what attributes to pay attention to if you're a Khajiit, and what attributes to ignore. Completely ignore Magicka. Don't even touch it unless you want to do whatever the hell you want to do. That's fine. But if you want to utilize the specific skills that a Khajiit is given, don't pay attention to Magicka at all. What am I freaking telling you this for? This game came out, what, 2013? 2007? I don't know. Did this game come out in 2007? This game came out in 2013. Probably 2013. But why am I telling you this? It's so weird. Because I started playing this game a year ago. That's why. I am super behind. I pride myself on being this nerd and all this stuff, and I didn't start playing Skyrim in 2015. Jesus. So, let's talk about my video game history and how freaking screwed up that is. I at first did a lot of first-person shooters, a lot of Call of Duty and Battlefront, and not much else. Didn't have a very wide range until I watched a little show on YouTube called Two Best Friends Play with Matt and Pat. And they play all these games from PlayStation 1, you know, to Super Nintendo, to PS2, to GameCube, to Nintendo 64. Don't play any modern games unless they're like, you know, RPG or very first player oriented and not like, you know, multiplayer microtransaction oriented. So the modern games they'd play they usually play sucky games that are really bad. And it's funny to watch. I feel like it's a lot more entertaining. But when they don't play games that are really bad, like Silent Hill Downpour and things like that, they play games that are really good from the past, like Resident Evil 4 or Resident Evil 2 or Silent Hill 2 or things like that. And so yeah, they're obviously more towards that genre, which is cool. But I started watching them, and I'm like, there are all these really cool games that I would never took part in, and I want to see all these games. And it was more than just Resident Evil and Silent Hill. There's a bunch of other stuff, just obscure things like, there was this one about this Mexican guy whose girlfriend committed suicide, and he had to go to like this weird dream world to get her back, and there was all these demons and skeletons everywhere, and it was crazy. So just weird games that you would never have ever heard of. Or something like Persona, which I'm not saying people never heard of it. There's a lot of Persona fans. So that's cool. It's a cool game, cool idea. Catherine was a cool one. That was an interesting, like borderline soft pornography / puzzle / anime / story of an obsessive girlfriend that this guy's got to get rid of. And so yeah, that intrigued me into a whole new world of video games that aren't AAA titles, that are very much worth your money and very much worth your time. And then I just kind of started getting interested in the bigger games like Skyrim that weren't first-person shooters, and I started liking RPG games more and adventure games more, and I'm sort of at the point where if I'm going to buy a game that isn't multiplayer based, I want it to be a game that I can invest 200 plus hours in, which is mostly Bethesda stuff. And if not, then that's what my Nintendo's for. So my current setup right now is a PC and a Nintendo Wii U. At first, I hated the idea of PC gaming. I thought everything is about having a controller in your hand, but, you know, then again, there's all these cool mods that you can take part in if you're on PC. There's better graphics you can take part in. There's all these great deals with Steam that you can take part in.
Like he's gone for good
every game except for exclusives. That's like Halo 5, which who gives a shit about, is on here, so that's cool. So yeah, and then the games that I can't get on PC are Nintendo games, and you know, I would like to still have my split screen experience, still have my, you know, party game experience. Friends come over and we have something to play. And if you're gonna get a console and you want to have something that's something for your friends and you to play, if it's a PS4 or an Xbox, your options are really small, with even a game like Halo and split screen being taken out of it, you know. And if you're not doing that, your only options are really first-person shooters, which get old after a while. So, got a Nintendo, got Super Smash Brothers, got Mario Kart, and, you know, Pikmin 3, all that stuff, and whatever. So that's my gaming setup at this very moment. Sold my PlayStation 3. That's where I had Skyrim, and that's where I had Grand Theft Auto and Destiny and all that crap.
That elf is kidding himself if he thinks she would choose him over me.
Oh, this is gonna sound terrible.
Over to the
I gave, you know, I didn't like these games. My girlfriend did like these games. Grand Theft Auto 5 is a really good game. It's still up there around $60, I think, even though it's been, what, 2 years? 1 year, 2 year? I don't know. But for some reason, I personally don't enjoy Rockstar games. So I, you know, decided to give her Grand Theft Auto 5. She also enjoyed Destiny, so I give her Destiny. And then Sly Cooper, which is an amazing game. It was the Sly Cooper 3 for 1, Sly Cooper 1, 2, and 3. All of them included on the same disc, so that was cool. She's playing that. Her younger sister, who's 8, is doing a lot better than her at it, which is kind of funny. But yeah, the both of us are playing Skyrim right now. I stopped once I got rid of my PlayStation 3. I'm obviously starting over again, and she's obviously much farther than me since it's been almost a year now of her playing. And it was almost a year of me playing until I, you know, had to completely start over with this. I think what I'm gonna do with this Skyrim video series is the same thing as I'm gonna do with Fallout 4, except there's gonna be commentary over it. I'll try to talk more about what's actually going on in the game, but the fact is that this game did come out in 2013. And if I'm talking about the game, or what's about to happen, or what happened, or the story, we all know. Every person and their brother and sister and girlfriend and boyfriend and mom and dad and grandparents and great-grandparents and dead grandparents all have played Skyrim. Everybody. So there's really no surprises. I know very recently new places had still been discovered after a certain amount of time because there's just, this game is so freaking in-depth. So I know there's still plenty of stuff to talk about. I know there's, you know, plenty of things, you know, friends connect about, still talking about things that the both of them experienced. And I'm sure it would be entertaining for me to give my own insight on, you know, characters and things like that.
Let's see what you think after reading that.
Also, for those of you who don't know, the earlier form of companions that, you know, Fallout 4 introduced in Skyrim and whatever earlier Elder Scrolls game where you can have character follow you. Like I said, this could be completely obvious, but if you're a Khajiit, it's probably not a great idea to have somebody follow you because they will probably die, as well as give away your position because you are more sneak-based.
No adventures, no theatrics.
On another note
thief chasing.
of what we're talking about right now, this dude is one of my favorite NPCs. First of all, this voice actor, I think he's super funny. He's really entertaining to listen to. Plus, this shopkeeper is just a guy that I would hang out with If I was
Maybe
living
you could
in
talk
this
some
world
sense into
and
my
I,
pig-headed
you know,
brother.
got done with my freaking building my house and cutting
Another
logs
hole
and
in the
whatever
net.
damn
It
job
does
I
know
was
how to make
doing,
a
whether
good
I
rush.
was, you know,
What's
herding
this?
sheep or whatever,
If that oaf
after
thinks
a
all I'm
long
going
day
to
of
do is
stress,
stay in that
I would
filthy
come
house
over
of
to
his
this
and clean
inn,
now,
chill with this
you can tell
dude, and
Sven
just
that he
talk
already
about
has
the
a
wonders of
mother.
life.
I'm not
And
speaking to him anymore.
help him get his golden claw back afterward. And then we'd crack open a beer, which I don't drink. But my character would drink it, so my character would be drinking beer with him. And it would be a beautiful time, and we'd be best friends.
Yeah, we did have.
What's his name again? Lucan Valerius.
We still have plenty
So
to
he's a
sell.
cool guy, and I got a little bit of a
Only
man
after
crush
one
on him.
thing.
Nothing to be ashamed about.
An ornament, solid gold. in the
What
shape of
to
a
freaking
dragon's
talk
claw.
about now? My goodness.
You could.
Ah, the Golden
Got
Claw
some coin
quest.
coming in from my last shipment. It's
There's a
yours
few
if
golden
you bring
claws.
my
There's
claw
a,
back.
I don't even know how many there are. I know that I've collected, in my history of playing Skyrim, I might have collected at least 5 or 6. There's like the ebony claw, the gold claw, the ivory claw,
Oh, really? Well, I think
this
your new
blue
helper here needs a
green
guide.
claw, whatever. I don't know. I
No.
might not have collected them all.
Buy the 8, fine.
It's something I might
But only to the
definitely
edge of
have to work
town.
on. Okay, back to Fallout
sooner you
4.
find the claw,
I don't
the
know
sooner
if
our
I am
lives can
going
get
to
back
be
to
going
normal.
between
Trinkets,
the two
odds
of
and
these. I
ends,
probably
that sort of
am. I
thing.
don't think it'd be. I'm not planning on abandoning the
next
Fallout
time.
4 series at all, because I have been holding out on the mission that reveals who
We
the
have to go
leader
through town and
of
across the bridge to get to
the
Great Falls
Institute
Barrow.
is, where
You can
you know
see it
it's
from here,
been
though. The mountain just
several
over the
months now,
buildings.
so most of you probably know, but it's still a relatively new game.
Those
So I might still have like a little bit of a spoiler warning on there, even though it's kind of really freaking obvious who the leader of the Institute is. But for some reason, the first time I recorded that mission, the freaking frame rate went bonkers. Like, I don't know why, but this is fucking funny.
Sigrid, we have company.
Okay. Calm the fuck down, wooden plate. Jesus, this has happened. So I don't know why the wooden plates in specific are so out of control in this game. I think it's every time I've come into this house specifically when I started the game, at least one of these plates freak out. I think it's because you've got like an object that has physics to it on top of another object with physics to it, and then they just don't know how to interact with each other. But, you know, for some reason, the inside of the Institute is just broke my computer. And hopefully re-recording that, I won't have the same problems. There's something I do want to apologize for. I feel like the last few missions of Fallout 4 I've recorded have been somewhat slow and somewhat boring.
Go on, Hadvar.
I just wanted to get out something, and you know, at first you've got a bunch of story missions in a row because you know it's the beginning of the game and they want you to know who all the characters are and everything. But towards the middle of the game, it's all just exploration. It's all just side missions because there's so many side missions. You don't want to do the story right away and then beat it, and then you've got you know all the side missions you care less about because you know peace has been restored to the galaxy. So you know, of course, I'm pretty much just trying to find, every time I go into Fallout 4, I put on record, even if I'm not planning on finding something that is entertaining, because the first time I did that, what happened was I found the drinking buddy robot, and that was an awesome mission. I absolutely love that. I was talking to my girlfriend about it for days until we watched him, like, this is so cool. I'm not going to tell you what happens, but it is hilarious, and it is awesome. And on that same mission, I also came across Art and Art, the two. One of them's a synth, one of them's not a synth. By the way, this had never happened to me before. I had never run into this girl previously in any playthrough of Skyrim I'd ever played. I've never seen her before. And then she automatically directs me to this fortress. And so it's like, alright, cool. Awesome side mission that I get to do very early on in the game that I haven't even done before.
But I
in my previous playthroughs. So that was a lot of fun. Why was it a lot of fun? I haven't even done it yet, but it was just kind of exciting to know that I had something new to do after I don't know how many hours I played this game. I don't think 100 yet, but probably 50 hours. So, ooh man, this lady. I don't think I ever previously found her little hideout until now, unless I just have that bad of a memory. I was hoping to increase my sneak stats around here, but it didn't really work very much. Also, I think there are some objects in the PC version that are not in the PS3 or Xbox 360 version, because I don't think I'd ever seen a wooden sword in the console version before, and I don't think I'd ever seen the child's doll in the console version before, because I came across both the child's doll and the wooden sword in this playthrough, and I'm like, that does not look familiar to me at all. But it's in this one, so who knows? Oh, you know what? It might be DLC, because this, fortunately for me, this is not going to be a completely, stale experience, because previously I had never downloaded the Hearthstone or Vanguard or Dragonborn packs. So throughout playing this game, I'm going to come across these new areas and new missions that I'd never seen before, and it's going to be seamless. It's not going to be like I finish the game and then download the DLC and then go find whatever it is I missed. I'm going to start off this world with all of that content already in it. So for those of you who are watching, hello, my girlfriend, who have not played the DLC stuff yet, and see, there it is, the child's doll. Oh my god, I'm a kid, I've never seen it before. Those of you who playing this game before and haven't played the DLC, it could be an interesting, fresh, new experience for you to come across new things in old visited places before. I don't know exactly where these locations are, so I can't be 100% certain that they'll just pop up around old areas that I'm used to. I might have to go venture out into places I've never been to before. I know they opened up the map a lot. Oh, here's this lady. See, the thing is, I was under her house. I was underground. I knew it. I thought, okay, if I stand up and steal stuff, even though she can't see me and she's not here, the fact that I am standing up in this vicinity is going to trigger her. And I'm like, whatever, screw it. There's no way this game's that fucking stupid. But it is. I'm not really upset. It's just kind of dumb. But whatever. It's passable. It's Skyrim. They can get away with that stupid crap. It's perfectly fine. I thought about adding mods to this game before playing it. But I had a few problems with my internet before starting it, and I didn't want to wait anymore. I just wanted to play freaking Skyrim, because it had been a while, and I went over to my girlfriend's house after playing a lot of Fallout 4, and I'd watched some of my Fallout 4 adventures videos with her, and then she'd bust out Skyrim, and I'd look at it and be like, oh my god, I missed that so much. I missed the sneaking, and I missed the actual feeling of I get to choose my own destiny, which unfortunately Fallout 4 doesn't have. It feels like there's really only two ways that you can play Fallout 4, and that's either be the hero or be the supervillain. And then there's that whole perk system, and you don't really get to choose what kind of character you build over time. It's just one character, but better. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but the game is still really huge. There's still a lot of stuff to do, a lot of different ways to kill things. So yeah, it's still fun. It's still worth the playthrough. There's a lot of really interesting characters that I love. Right now I'm working on showing up with a different companion. I might have already done it yet, don't know. I don't think so. But I've been rolling with Piper for a little long. I think it's time to see a new character. If not, if I didn't already show you that character, I'm not gonna spoil it. But you know, it's definitely someone that everybody loves. There's some characters from Fallout 4, some companions that I can't stand that a lot of people enjoy, like Strong, the super mutant. He annoys the fuck out of me. Ooh, boom! He annoys the fuck out of me. Oh god, it's like when you're playing pretend and you put the sword under your freaking armpit to pretend that you're dying, but you're not. That's what the arrow looked like. It wasn't even through her body, but who cares? It's a ragdoll and it's a video game, so just let it be. But yeah, I don't enjoy Strong. I don't enjoy. Oh man, who is it that I really don't enjoy? I prefer Piper over Kate 99% of the time, unless I'm sneaking and stealing shit and lockpicking, because that's something that she approves of, unlike Piper. So if I'm doing that thing, I'll take the drug addict over the reporter any day. So yeah, I'm not going to show Bleak Falls Barrow. This will be the next video, because I feel like that'd be way too much content for, you know, just one a little under 40-minute video. Wanted to keep it under 30 minutes, but there's a lot to show in the first one. So I didn't want to have two big parts of the game put into one video. I feel like it'd be just a little bit too much to digest. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this commentary. I hope you enjoy my commentating style. Oh, wait a second, we got one left. I'm not sneaking at all. Why am I singing James Bond? I just don't know any. Star Trek, sorry. Only epic music that came to my head. So, if you enjoy this commentary, except for that last few seconds, which probably was very painful to hear, go ahead and like it, and share it, and come back for the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.